Yeah. Billy stood quiet in the back of the line. Brains over bravado, saving worlds with time. Never wore the crown, never led the call, but every victory leaned on him most of all. When the lights went out, when the powers were gone, they finally saw what he carried along. No suit, no color, no symbol in sight. Still the reason they survived the fight. Rocky wore red when the pressure was real. Learned what it cost just to lead and to feel. Then the color shifted, the role rearranged. Same heart inside him, nothing had changed. They call it a step down, call it replace, but he never stopped showing up to the same place. Still held the line when the danger grew.
Let's try that again. I was muted. Okay. We are testing a new live streaming software. Apologize for the noise in the background. My dog is chewing on a dog toy. But let me know how this sounds besides the dog chewing on the dog toy. It looks like the quality is a little lagging on my end. We're still playing around. Let me know how it looks. Definitely in the chat, definitely say something. We are live on Instagram as well as Facebook as well as YouTube. So let me know how it is looking. Ooh, we are getting a few comments on here and some. I think we're definitely live on YouTube because I could see some spam people showing up on here. I could block those people, right? So again, this is a test to see if our live streaming software is working for these Power Ranger live chats. So please say hello. I am seeing YouTube comments. But if you are coming from Facebook, I'm going to check and seeing how that looks as well as Instagram. Okay, it looks like, sound is working. Thank you, Rangers Live Chat. Welcome back. Ooh, Dan Romano, Daniel. Oh my God, I saw you posted on an Instagram story, and I was like, it's Daniel. So I do recommend, or I do remember everybody. So little steps, and this is one of the steps that we are making sure Rangers Live Chat is back. So, I definitely do not like the quality of the video. So, that's something that we're gonna have to update. And then also I'm gonna be bringing in some Ranger Live Chat fans in the chat too to say hello. Daniel, let me know. It looks like you're on YouTube as well. If you want to join too, because I know you, and it would be great to just say hello on here. But let me know if you have a few, like 10, 15 minutes to hop on here as well. I'll send you the link through Instagram, and you can join the live chat too. So, thank you, Daniel. So I'm gonna send a couple. Let me see how we're gonna do this. I hate new software because until I get used to testing out these features and make it something where I know in the back of my head, it's gonna take some time. So if you want to join the live chat, let me know. And I can send you the link and you can say hello and we can catch up. I have two people that's going to be joining. Daniel, if you're still on here, Daniel Romero, there's another Daniel that's going to be joining. But Daniel Romero, if you have time, if you want to hop onto the live chat, let me know and I'll send the link to your Instagram messenger DM thing. So let me see. Okay, how does this work? Invite guests, copy invite link. Let's see if I can send that over. Hopefully it works. Have not checked how many viewers we have on. It doesn't even tell me how many people we have live that's in the chat with me or in the live chat, so it's very difficult. We have one viewer on Facebook, and then it doesn't show me on Instagram. Let me see. I will send the link to one person right now. Okay, there we go. Just, hopefully this works. We'll send it to one person. I'm going out to eat in a couple minutes, but I'll definitely come up at time for. Okay, definitely yes. Thank you, Daniel, for keeping me, letting me know if you can or cannot. I appreciate it. So I'm not like calling you on here and thinking that you're still on here. This will not be posted. This will be on YouTube, put on private. This is just a test. So if you want to say hi, let me know. I think I will go live for the next 30 minutes. We won't be live that long, but if you want to say hi, let me know. I'm seeing, it looks like the comments on Instagram are not showing up on my chat system, but I am seeing the comments come through, so that is great. I'm going to check YouTube, but if it looks like we have 3 people watching, so let me know who is watching. Normally shows me, it looks like on Instagram, 1 person's watching, so that 1 person on Instagram, say hello. Let me check YouTube. Definitely one of the things I don't like is the quality of the video that's showing up with the software, the things that you have to pay for to make things better. High quality HD, yay, yes. Let's see, how does this look like on YouTube? Well, that doesn't work when I'm checking on here. But if you haven't seen and you are still watching, Rangers Live Chat is back. We are posting on a daily basis some from our past 3 live chats. We have put them into Instagram Reels, so you can just catch the little clips that we talk about. Let's see, because it's been way too long. We have known each other well. Yep, Rangers Live Chat. If you are new to us, we've been we launched back in 2016, and as of this year, it is 1 year old. So, not 1 year old, 10 years old. Sorry. Let's see. And then if you haven't noticed, we've been within our reels, our social media reels on Instagram, Facebook, as well as YouTube, we've been using some songs that I've created through using ChatGPT as well as AI Songmaker. Say what you will, I am not a singer. If you hear me sing, I have no rhythm whatsoever, but if you know our RLC Lip Sync Battle Challenge, and that is a hashtag, look it back and you can see the past from 10 years ago, what we did. We have done some tribute songs for Power Rangers because I feel like there's some great just ideas of tribute songs, and the last 3 have been great. We just did one for Power Ranger siblings. The one before was Blue Doesn't Mean Forever, and the first one was One Power Forever. So yes, we have a picture of it, Daniel. We do. So see, this is the reason why I say your guys' names out loud, because then I could put your name to the picture, and when we do meet in real life, I do remember you and all that good stuff. So let's see. I'm gonna send one link to another person. There you go, and see how that works. And yes, the tribute songs have been great, and it's very awkward not having the music in the background. The last 3 chats I've done, I've been playing it on our music in the background. Might do this to play. Let me know if you guys hear the music. I'm going to shuffle playlist. It's usually great to have the songs in the background. And I think if I lower this one down, because we are going to have some people join us.
Andros mapped the stars with your name in his chest. Empty rooms, half a life. Every victory cut like a knife. Jerome was taken into the dark, and he stayed behind with the scar.
Okay, let's see. Oh, this will work. There we go. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I met you at one of the cons, right?
Yeah, at Ranger Stop, right?
Was it Ranger Stop? Were you ever at PMC at all?
No, this will be the first year.
Okay. I was like, I have met a few, and it's just like, I know I met you, but it was either PMC or Ranger Stop.
Yeah, I forgot which Ranger Stop, but definitely at Ranger Stop.
Oh, well, it's great to hear from you, and I'm glad that you volunteered to be tribute to throw this out on with me, because I want to come back, and I am coming back for Rangers Live Chat, and I appreciate the support.
Of course, yeah, definitely.
How's the feedback on your end? Is it working well?
Yeah, definitely.
Did it ask you to download an app or anything?
No, it told me to just go to Safari.
Okay, Safari, and it just opened in the browser, right?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
When we used to, as you have been a follower of Rangers Live Chat for a while, right? Since we launched back in 2016.
Yeah.
You don't want to know how many times we have had to walk people through the steps, especially when we did interviews with the actors and actresses or any of the Ranger fans, how to get onto a live chat. So I just wanted to make sure the step-by-step process on how it works. And Safari, meaning you're on an iPhone, right?
Yes. Yep.
Perfect. Well, how are you? I'm like, I see familiar faces like popping in, and I'm like, I know you, but I can't put where we met. So
yeah, doing great. How are you? How's
being an adult, pretty much,
Yeah.
And I'm glad to be back in the fandom because I do miss it. So
Yeah, for sure.
aren't you? Didn't you do? I think from the things that you posted on your Instagram, you're part of the fitness world, right? The fitness.
Yeah, Morphing Time Fitness.
Yeah.
Yes.
How's that?
Yeah.
Is that something that wasn't been there for a while?
Yeah, so I helped when it first started a long time ago, and it kind of fell off a little bit with it just because I don't go to a lot of the cons. But yeah, it's definitely blown up. He had a booth at the last Ranger Stop in Orlando this year, and it had a huge turnout for
Oh wow!
His name's Kevin. Yeah, and they had like a 5K and stuff with some of the Power Rangers running through the streets of Orlando, so that was kind of cool.
Wait, Kevin.
Kevin Epley.
Okay, so there's another Kevin. Okay, because there's Kevin Stakely, I think.
Yes, that's yep. Yeah. He ran in the 5K, which was kind of
okay. Because I know he also. I'm trying to get him the back of the habit of working out too. So I'm like, okay, I know Kevin S. There's just so many names where I'm like, I know, if anything, I know profile names over real life names, and I'm like, who's who? So
right, definitely.
So have you been going to Ranger Stop since like every year, or have you?
Yeah, since 2019.
Okay.
I've went to every year except for 2022. Since 2019, I missed that year. Literally was about to board a plane and my dad got sick, so we stayed home that year. Yeah, I know, but yeah, been going strong ever since. So,
what makes you want to go to these Power Ranger conventions every year?
Yeah, my goal is to meet every single Power Ranger possible. I'm up to like 50 right now. But that's the goal, is to meet every single Power Ranger and just be able to just either ask them their favorite episode or thank them for being such a part of my childhood for the last 31 years. So, but my biggest goal was to meet everyone from Time Force because it's my favorite season, and I finally got to do that last year. I've now met all of them. So, the villains, everybody. So that was a huge goal of mine.
Who's on top of your wish list that you still have to meet?
Oh man, That's a good one. Maybe Hunter from Ninja Storm,
Okay.
for sure. Uh, ooh, that's
Oh,
a
I'm
tough
putting you
one.
on the hot seat, aren't
I
am
know.
I?
Yeah, man. Um, Ryan from uh, Lightspeed Rescue would be cool. The
Dude,
Titanium Ranger.
he's a sweetheart. Like
Yeah,
he
he
just
seems
posted.
so
I just saw
nice.
him do a collab with, I forget. It's a new. I'm not sure if it's a new page, but he just wore. I think we all see the same reels, but he just wore a. Sorry, Carmen Rider, right? Is it
Yeah, yeah, which
little
is
belt? Am I?
yeah,
It's the right toy, right? Or right?
yes, yep,
Morphing. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. But that was a cute video.
right, yeah, yeah. Those are probably the top two that I still want to meet. So hopefully they go to Morphicon. That would be sweet.
Yeah, I'm fingers crossed. It's 50-50. We'll see how Rangers live chat goes. Right now, I'm like, you guys, the people that have been following along my journey, especially when we launched Rangers live chat and now bringing it back 10 years later, you guys are seeing what we've been. Monday will be day 14 of posting on a day-to-day basis. So I'm hoping everybody's liking what we or me have been posting. Are you enjoying what I've been posting?
Definitely, yeah. You know, it's so cool to like, especially 10 years later, to still be going strong.
Even though I went MIA for a few years, right?
Yeah, but like your loyal fans are still here. I mean, that's the cool thing about Power Rangers, though. So
I
we
think if anything,
we hold on.
the Ranger, like the Power Ranger community, the fandom, the people that are in it, I love the fact that seeing how you guys are still in it and that you guys are like, it's all like, I say it's community, but it's all at the end of the day, we're like a big family, you
Oh,
know?
for sure. Yeah, like well, I'll meet people at Ranger Stop that I've been friends with on Instagram that I've never met before, and it's not like a handshake or anything. It's a hug because it's like, oh, it feels like you're just seeing them again, like you haven't seen them in a few weeks. Where I've never met someone like Kevin. I've never met him in person, but I've been friends with him on Instagram for years. And then we finally met up at the last two Ranger Stops, and it was just like riding a bike. It's an awesome feeling.
And then you're on that like pedal wheel of like, when it's over, you're like, is it really over? Can we just continue? Let me try something. It shows. So the software we're using allows us to show comments on the screen. So I'm going to try to do it and see how that goes.
Cool.
Let's see how that goes. Oh, cool. Do you see it on your end?
I do.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. The last software that I used 10 years ago, or less than 10 years ago, had like basic features, and the world of software now these days have improved a lot from the days from our PC days of lagging and not be able to do these fun stuff like connect with people. So
Sure.
okay, so that was cool. Let's show another one. That was Daniel Romero. Have you ever met Daniel before? Daniel's a sweetheart.
No.
Okay.
I'll have to.
He's been at the cons. I'm not sure if he has been at Ranger Stop. I know he was at PMC. Patrick Ruth, I think Patrick Ruth. There's so many people that I'm like, okay, I met them at cons, even their dads at the cons too. So Patrick Ruth
Yeah.
is one of them. So okay, hide. Okay, cool. Comments showing up. So this gives us the capabilities to do screen share, show videos. Let's see if I could show a video. Again, Gabe, are you on a time crunch or anything?
No.
Okay, cool. And thank you again for being tribute tonight. So
Yeah, no, this is cool.
I sent another link to another friend. Hopefully he can join, but if not, it's perfectly fine. You are tribute for the night, and I appreciate the support. So let's see how we can show. Okay, the video is still processing, so we're not going to do that tonight. So, but yeah, did you see what I posted? One of the goals that I want to do is get a Ranger fan that has never been to a Power Ranger convention and at least be able to get a Power Ranger fan once a month to a Power Ranger con. What are your thoughts on that? Is that a good
I think
goal?
it's yeah. I mean, it's like it's literally being the mecca of being a fan. So I think that's a really good goal. Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds crazy, doesn't it?
It does, but until you've been to one, right? And then
Yes.
it's more like I got to do it again. So yeah. But no, I
Especially,
mean,
do you collect the toys?
oh, of course.
Oh yeah. I think the crazy thing is, unless because I no longer live in California, and so I'm not able to go to the there's so many cons out there that it's easy to understand the con world, but not being able to go to a Power Ranger con where you can get every piece of Power Ranger. I think the new word is swag, or just like toys. I think I saw you were at the last Ranger stop, right?
Yes. Yep.
I think I saw just like there's so many new things that I have not seen, and I was like, I had a sense of FOMO for not being there because I wanted all the stuff. So,
Right.
what's your
Yeah.
best thing that you have got at Power Ranger convention?
That's a good one. So I have a 3-year-old who's super into Power Rangers too, and
Oh
he hasn't
yes.
come with me yet to anything. But when I went to Ranger Stop in November, he really likes Alpha and Zordon, so I was able to find one from like '95 still in the box.
Oh
Um,
yes.
he immediately opened it right up as soon as I got home, like landed from the plane. But that was probably the coolest thing was to get to see him to get to open something, especially from my childhood.
Oh
Um,
yes.
but I would say other than that, I do have the Time Force badge signed by most of the Power Rangers, or Time Force Rangers. So that just getting the Quantum Ranger to sign that last year was like the coolest thing. Just so to have all 6 signatures on the little badge, so and get to hold on to that for all of eternity.
So my question to you, especially since you have a kid and you're getting him into Power Rangers, how's that process? I love talking real talk, and especially us being, I think we're all in like who grew up in like the. Are you a '90s or 2000 kid or '80s
Na-
kid?
90s, yeah, 90s. I was
Okay, so you're in the same boat as me. So
yeah,
we're close to we're in our 30s, 40s
yep.
ish area, and so we're all getting kids. I don't have kids. I'm a dog mom. So how's that adventure, especially trying to get a kid at this generation into Power Rangers, especially the from the 1990s series?
It's been a little bit of a challenge is finding him some of the stuff he wants, especially the smarter he gets that he can like look stuff up. Uh, so we've watched all of Mighty Morphin, and we've seen all of Mighty Morphin, Zeo, Wild Force, and we just started Dino Charge. So we're not watching in any specific order, but he really wants like all the Megazords, and he wants them to be able to connect and change and like add the Tigers. So he has like a '90s Tiger Zord. So I had to find him the '90s Thunder Zord to go with it, so he could put them together. So that's been the hard part is trying to like track that stuff down for him.
So it's
So
the
he
look of like the toys for him as a kid, like, hey, watch this and look at the Megazord to get him
Yeah,
to be a Power Ranger
he
fan.
likes
That's
to
what
do
I'm
it like
hearing.
side by side with every episode.
Oh,
So,
I love it.
like, yeah, it's been awesome. To get to watch I like vividly remember going to see the Power Rangers movie with my mom as a kid. So to get to watch the '90s Power Rangers movie with him was like one of the coolest things ever because he was just hooked on it. Um, to watch Once and Always with him was really special to me too. Um, I watched it when he was first born, and he didn't really understand it. But then he wanted to watch it a few months ago, and now that he's older, and he was like super into the Green Ranger. And I've met Tommy like maybe 6 times. So to be able to share these photos with him, showing him that I met Tommy, I met Tommy like a week before he was born. I saw Tommy again. So like show him a picture of like, look, that's you in your mom's belly, like, and Tommy like rubbing Mama's belly is just it's so cool, and he's like, oh, that's so cool, but like just to be able to share that with him, or like have a bad day at work and come home and he wants to watch Power Rangers, it's just like I didn't have that as a kid, so it's so nice to have a partner in crime for that.
Oh, I love hearing that. Like having another like person, because I think for me, my brother was 8 years younger than me, and so he grew up watching, I think, towards like Time Force, Wild
Yeah,
Force era. So we watched those seasons, but it's great to hear that you get to watch with your son, just like have that like relationship and grow up
yeah,
on that, you know.
yeah,
How okay,
definitely.
so since this is going to be a short and sweet live chat, I think you saw we're going to be talking about on Tuesday about the whole Disney reboot. What are your feelings on that? Because I had to post something today on my stories saying the Facebook comments blew up. It's like I have not seen that many comments just on the reboot, and I'm assuming it may have been honestly because the Facebook and Instagram algorithm, fans that are or not, I wouldn't say fans, but just like people that grew up just in Mighty Morphin. There might be some that are um, have seen all the series or grew up in a different era, meaning grew up when it was Disney. You know who watch what series. What are your feelings about the reboot?
I'm excited. I liked the newer Power Rangers movie that came out a number of years ago. Um, I want the. I mean, I would like a darker series at some point where it kind of more realistic. Like, hey, these '90s fans are in their 30s, 40s. Let's go down a darker route. Let's show them a more mature style. Um, but I'm okay with another interpretation of Power Rangers. I'm okay with redoing Mighty Morphin. Um, like I like when I or just like a parallel, like watching the Russo brothers do like the Marvel movies.
Oh
They
yeah.
don't always exactly do the comic books. Like I could go and buy the comic book at a comic book store. I want to see an artist or a director's interpretation of what they loved about something and see what they can bring to the screen. So I'm open for anything. Plus it's like it's been a while since Dino Fury, so I just need something new. To me, it's just like, oh, cool. Let's get something out there. It's been a few years. There'll be new toys. There's the excitement again of like, where are we gonna hunt toys now that Toys R Us doesn't exist? So it just adds a little mystique to that. But like, to me, it's like, let's do it. Let's give it a shot.
And I think if anything, my thing is knowing that if they're making this if the plan is to continue with the same actors and actresses, is being able to continue the series without it being canceled.
Yeah,
That's my thing, is I don't want it to be canceled, and that would be devastating for all of us fans. So that's the reason why I'm like, this week we're focusing on the Disney Plus reboot, because I don't know how you feel, but I want them to hear us fans before they start doing anything. Like I love the fact that you said their interpretation,
yeah.
but at the same time, it ended in 23, you know. We don't want, because we all seen reboots, right? Where
Right.
it's like they try to do reboots of Suits. I think that was one.
Oh yeah.
Um trying to think of other reboots, but we don't want it to be just a one thing. And I think I saw a comment that someone said we don't want it to be 8 episodes only. So
Right.
unless they're an hour long and it'll be
But even
something to
so,
get used to.
yeah. Even
Uh,
so, I feel like Power Ranger fans, some shows we're accustomed to that, like The Boys or I don't know what else, Stranger Things, but not
oh yeah.
Power Rangers. We need 20 something episodes at 23 minutes to really convey a story with 7 minutes of morphing scenes.
Do you feel like with the new reboot, it needs to at least be, because you meant like you said a darker version, or just like you would say a little grown up, but not too grown up, where it's too cheesy, but at least it will get us older Power Ranger fans just like to watch kind of thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, part of me goes back to have I'm sure you've seen it, that YouTube Power Rangers video that was out years ago that had like James Vanderbeek, or
Oh yes,
I
yes,
think
yes,
it's,
yes, yes.
yeah.
Yes, we
So like,
all saw that. Yeah, that
yeah,
yeah.
part of me wants that. Part of me wants where it's dark, so dark because of what they had to go through, because that realistically could happen, right? but but part of me just wants a more mature thing, or maybe more self-aware, like, hey, these kids are skipping school every day, or like the 5 kids that are always hanging out that wear the colors that match the Power Rangers, something less goofy, where you can
Very
still have
ill,
the jokes, but
yeah,
you know.
very ill answer the questions, like, where are they going, and have to make like answer the questions that we were now adults that I'm
Yeah.
asking. Like, someone call out those questions,
Sure.
like who does the dry cleaning or something of the suits or something
Yeah,
like that, or
how does that dragon dagger work through a helmet? Like, that's always bothered me, is how does he play the dragon dagger through his helmet?
yeah, or how do you see the with a visor, or
Yeah.
I think the question is, how do you pee in the suit? Like, how does yeah.
Right. I feel
I
like
think
RPM was the closest we've gotten to that, where like Ziggy was like asking about the explosions
oh
behind
yeah.
them, or why do they have to wear spandex, and Dr. K getting so upset with him, like, and that was a darker season too. So like something along the lines of that
Oh,
would
I
be
love
really
it.
cool. Which I
So
think that was
you're
the last Disney one too, right? Before
I
it switched
think
back.
so, because Overdrive, well, hold on. So our next song, in case you are wondering, you've been
Mhm.
listening to some of the tribute songs, kind of, right? With
Oh
the
yeah,
yeah.
definitely, for sure.
What are you thinking about as I pull up the list of series of the tribute songs? Even though they're AI, I can't sing for crap. We all have our mixed feelings about AI and all that great stuff, but as a Ranger fan, some of the songs have good beats. That's all I have to say.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. No, I think it's fun. I think it's just another interpretation of something that we all still love.
Yes. Okay, great. At least I'm getting some positive feedback, because some people are like, stop it with the AI. I'm like, do you want me to sing? Because no one's going to listen to that crap, So,
Right. And it's not like
uh,
you're making like a box office movie with AI and putting
no,
people out of a job with it. So
no,
like, you're using it
yeah,
part of this fun podcast or
yes,
live.
I'm doing it for our fun purposes, because, I think when we were kids, we used to like daydream or draw pictures of us as Power Rangers. So I'm doing it as a fan. So,
Sure.
is that, yeah. So that one's here, lyrics. Overdrive. Yeah, I think it went to Nickelodeon after Overdrive.
With
It went to Samurai.
Yep, Samurai was
Yeah,
after that one, right? Okay.
yeah.
Thought so.
While I'm making these like AI chat GPT songs, I've been trying to remember which order. So I'm getting very like making sure everything's in order and who's in the cast and all that stuff, because I have
Sure.
to get my facts in straight. um, for anybody that's still listening, it might be to other people that are listening. Who thank you for those 2 people that are listening. I just love doing these live chats because, as Ranger fans, who else there to talk to? Just Ranger fans, right?
Yeah, no, for sure.
So in the next song, if anybody's listening, I have not given out the teaser, but since we are talking about Disney, it's a call out on Disney on making sure it's a good little tribute song. So I might be crazy on making these tribute songs, but I feel like I like to call out people. So do you have any requests for any tribute songs?
Oh, that's tough.
Any particular storylines? Someone said villains. I did one for Blue Doesn't Mean Forever, focusing on those Blue Rangers who had to either give their powers away, shifted from red to blue, or couldn't be a ranger anymore, aka Justin, and then shifting from blue to red sky. So that one was a great one. And then another one was a siblings one. And so some of them have a good beat to it, but I feel like if we come up with some great tributes, it's a great
Yeah.
just blasting in your car kind of thing. So
I think like a once and always kind of song would be cool. That like when it comes down to it, you'll always have the power to protect you. Um,
okay.
and then maybe definitely something with dinosaurs, just
Oh yeah.
the multiple seasons of dinosaurs that they seem to love. So.
Dino, another one was in the back of my head because the reason why is on the last live chat, I was getting mixed up with Samurai as well as Ninja Steel. No. Yes. I was calling Ninja Steel Samurai on accident. And so it would be great to do a tribute for all the Ninja Samurai. Am I forgetting someone? Ninja Steel, Ninja Storm,
Ninjas,
Samurai.
yeah,
I think were those the only three of those kind of seasons, I think.
yes.
Yeah, it would be great.
Yeah, in America, yeah. I'm sure there's
Yeah.
more outside in Super
Um,
Sentai.
yes. Mondrea says hi. I'm like trying to remember who is a previous. Okay, it shows up. Facebook is showing up on here, so that's great.
Oh, cool.
So this
It is a cool
system, yeah, this software we're connected to Facebook, YouTube, as well as Instagram. So we can do more, but technicalities is you have to have a huge following for TikTok, sign up for to get that stream there. But other than that, I think we covered most of the conversations that I wanted to have someone on here and just have like a cool
Yeah.
convo. I might save this and use your talking points as some reels because I love having these conversations because these are real world. I think a lot of times people think Power Rangers kids show, like there's a lot of aspect to it, right?
Yeah, I mean it shaped my life. Like I know that sounds silly, but like it really shaped shaped my life in the 90s, and like any problem I feel like I've ever had going forward, it's like the Power Rangers found a way, so you have to have some good vibes and try to figure out something, or like that's where your friends come in handy, right? They may just be two friends that never heard of Power Rangers, but in your mind, they're your blue and your green ranger. So it really taught me some strong fundamentals.
I love it. Do you feel, because I'm like, as an adult, I'm coming to the realization that as a Power Ranger fan, as a person myself, I'm becoming that said ranger because how I grew up and became that person. Do you feel like you have a combination of characters that made who you are as an adult?
Yeah, funny. I was actually just so I work retail, and I have a bunch of young employees, and I was just talking about them the other day, because they know I'm into Power Rangers, and they've kind of like they're way too young, but they're trying to find some common ground between us, and they've told me more of like the mentor, so like the Zordon or something along those lines. So I feel like I've always thought I'd be a leader, but now feel like I've stepped back and become that mentor. So that's kind of cool to see where I can give advice, whether it's how to fight in a battle or what they should do outside of being a Power Ranger. So that's been fun this last kind of year to see that growth.
I love that. That is a fun question because I'm like, who? Because I'm
Yeah,
seeing a lot of people, like, especially in the Ranger community, I'm like, I could see a lot of characters, like,
sure.
especially when we cosplay, honestly. And like, for myself, I'm like, I see a lot, like, I grew up. I will have the same question for you too because we all grew up in like different like main areas of like Power Rangers, like which seasons. I grew up in the like as I was getting into Power Rangers, like I started with Mighty Morphin, but I fully got into like Power Rangers in like 1998, Space, Galaxy, Lightspeed,
Yeah.
Time Force, Wild Force, Ninja Storm, and Dino and SPD. What years do you feel like you were like impacted as you grew up as a kid to high school, or do you feel like all seasons contribute to like what you as a Power Ranger fan?
I would say so. Where Mighty Morphin started it, it seemed a little unrealistic. Like I got snapped out of that unrealisticness as a kid. By it's fake, or it's not real. But then I got pulled back in, like in space, because in Lost Galaxy, because they were a little bit darker and a little bit more mature. It was a little bit easier to like, all right, cool. I'm watching like Star Trek and stuff like that. So it's that same theme of in space. So maybe this is kind of a thing, or Star Wars. And then definitely Lightspeed Rescue seemed like the most realistic thing to me at the time. So that kept me hooked. That kept me like, that was my season at the time because of that. Like man-made Power Rangers, just normal people with normal jobs, like a firefighter that became a Power Ranger. That makes sense. So that definitely was helpful, especially because I was probably like 8 or 9 when that came out too. So right at that age of my brain going from that, I would say it's second stage of kiddish to more heading towards more teenager. So but yeah, I would say about the same era as you as
Yeah,
well.
I feel like the seasons grew up as we grew up. Wouldn't you think of
Yeah.
it? Like when it got
Yeah.
to
And
Time Force, because you mentioned Lightspeed, like Time Force, it was like dealing with parent issues, like the things that we have to like deal with, like what our parents want us to be when we grow
right.
up, kind of
Oh,
thing.
100. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. Wes with his dad. Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Or like just the, like, I mean, when Time Force came out too, was like around 9/11. So
Oh yeah,
like, experienced racism as a child at that time. And then like, kind of like, I hate to say it, but the Quantum Ranger kind of in the beginning came off a little bit on that end
oh
where
yeah.
the
Like
Silver Guardians are, yeah. So
I think he
just,
was like the first person that we saw that was like, I think that was 2001. I think we started as that age, started getting into more shows and started seeing how Eric was. And I think Eric was more, the D word, basically, just
yeah.
that person that, but realistically, he was the person that, you know, we see a lot as we grow up, right? And we love the character Eric. There's nothing bad for anybody
No, he had a
listening.
great arc. The way it ends is he had a great arc. The
Yes,
ending was great. He came back.
yes,
What was it? Wild Force. He was great in Wild Force.
yes,
Forever Red. Like,
yes. Like, I just want to make sure people understand we're not saying that he was an asshole kind of thing. We're just saying that we all, yeah. So,
but it
and
taught him.
then,
He grew from it. It was
yeah,
growth. It was character. That was
yeah.
perfect character growth.
It's character development. That's the word I've been saying. So,
Yeah.
and then when it got to Wild Force, we know what happened in Wild Force. It's still a great season for what it is, especially with the transition from Saban and Disney. Is that how? I think that was when like they were passing the torch, and so they didn't have like the full on budget, but they gave us the reunion episode, which was great.
Yeah, I mean, you could talk about Infinity War, you can talk about Endgame, but like we had Forever Red. Like
Yeah.
that was
Oh
our
yeah, the Forever Red
huge
and
thing.
the Time Force, Wild
Yeah, yeah,
Force.
the Time
Yeah,
Force team up.
that
Yep,
one
yep.
was. I think I don't know what they did there. I don't know what the budget was, but when Jen came on and came in like all like, I don't know, the music that they had when she jumped, like stood on that cliff, I was like, where did that come from? Because that was like the highlight of the episode, you
Yeah,
know?
I know. I hate how they were only two episodes or sometimes one. It was like, come on. Like you bring him
Um,
back for one episode.
Other than that, I think that's I love this conversation. I miss doing these live chats because it's just like the random conversations that we have. It's just like the things that are in our head, especially as adults, like it while going back and going through all the episodes, and trying to pull footage from each of the episodes. I'm like, I remember that moment, like how we felt, like the video that I just posted it today of the episode where um, Wes had to take over his dad's company, and he goes to the hospital and finds that his dad's not on the hospital bed. You remember that episode?
Yep. Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Were you feeling our heartstrings at that moment? Like, because
yeah. Just because
especially
I
at
feel
that
like,
age.
yeah, like he needed to make, and then just the fact that he didn't make peace with his dad until the end of the series was like, oh no, he like I need to hear his dad tell him he's proud of him of like being the Red Ranger and like essentially saving two timelines. Like I need this. This is giving me anxiety as a child.
Oh yeah, and I think also seeing Eric in that episode reminded you, I'm like, this is what a Power Ranger fan is when you were back in the day, like how it felt. Just felt it's not I was telling my husband it's like not nostalgia, but just like how we just felt in that moment,
Yeah.
like seeing that episode with like just to ourselves without any like other I wouldn't say other fans, but now in this community, it's like we can talk about it, with other people.
Yeah, I don't think I had another other than like siblings that just watched it because it was on like until I got older. Had more like this is what Instagram has been great for, and the conventions. It's so hard being an isolated Power Rangers fan. So
Oh
I think
yes.
that's why your goal is so amazing to bring people into the community,
You
bring them to conventions. It's life changing. It really
do you
is.
feel like we're isolated as Power Ranger
Oh,
fans?
more than any, I would say more, almost more than anything else, because you like Pokemon fans go to Pokemon card
Yeah.
conventions all the time, or they meet up to play games and such. And like sports fans, they have sports they can go to sports bars. There's no Power Rangers bars and stuff. So yeah, I definitely feel like it's an isolated thing, and it impacts us 90s people even more because we long for that connection that we
Oh
don't
yeah.
have, that we didn't have back then, that we need now. So
Oh, I'm gonna use that word to word because I don't know. I think as us, you said it best, being isolated. I think people that don't know what it is to be a Power Ranger fan does not know that we are isolated kind of thing.
yeah,
And I think again said it best that trying to get people to the Power Ranger conventions, it's a different impact, would you say? Like
yeah.
just the environment, the people, how like it's a big family. And I think sometimes you do feel isolated coming to a con. And if you have not been to a con, but knowing that there's just a community of like we kind of all know each other, would you
We're all there for a common goal. We
say?
really, it's just we like even I who did I meet? I met I think is Nick Sampson from Mystic Force, the Yellow Ranger.
Oh yeah.
It was one of his first few cons, or he hadn't done them in years or something like that, and he had a lot of anxiety. And Kevin and I were like it's okay, but like we're here because of you. You brought us together, so like hopefully that eases your anxiety, or like that doubt of why you have a table here today is because of your impact on our lives. Your impact brought all of us from all around the US together for 3 days to like stay in this hot hotel to see you. So even I'm sure even some of the actors feel that way sometimes, of like, hey, I just played this role where I said some lines, like, and now all these people want to come and see me. If like, of course we have to. Like we feel
Yes.
drawn to you.
And I think once you get into that community, it's just a
Yeah.
different impact. Like
Oh
they're
yeah.
always going to be there at the end of the day, and it's unlike you said it, not like Pokemon. It's not like sports. I think another one is like the Star Trek or
Yeah.
Spider-Man, Marvel. I feel like us fans, when we come to these cons or part of these community, that we become like a big family. That we just need to
Yeah.
find who is part of that Power Ranger fandom, you know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like, Professor X looking for his students, right? Once he finds them, he has that community, and it's like you're an X-Men for life. But yeah. Yeah, everybody,
Well,
I couldn't ask more. Everyone should go to at least one. Definitely one.
yes. I think your first one is like once you go to one, you definitely want to come back, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like it's worth waiting in line. Like you're so starstruck when you're waiting in line. It's like, what do I want to ask them? And then like they're so interested in talking to the Rangers, are so interested in talking to you, then talking to people walking around, just watching people cosplay, getting to take photos with that. That is so much fun too. It's just to get to see how entranced people get into it. I love walking around and watching everyone dressed up. Like this is so cool that you were able to do that.
Oh, I love it. Other than that, I think it was wonderful talking to you, Gabe. And
Definitely, yeah.
for some reason, your name is not on your Instagram profile. So I was like, what is your name? Because it said
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I've changed it
that's not
over the
your
last
name.
10 years. Yeah.
So no worries. At least I saw your name on here. I was like, okay, it's
Yeah.
Gabe. So I'm not like,
Yes.
what is your name? Like we have met before, but no worries. But other than that, I appreciate your support, especially coming on here as tribute and having this conversation. It's great. I have to admit, I love having these conversations about Power Rangers. Do you have any questions for me or anything about Rangers Live Chat that you want to see, or this is your time, like what we used to do? I don't think we're going to do actors or actresses interviews for now, but this is your time. This is what we used to do with the actors and actresses during the interviews. This is your time to speak and say whatever you want. So
Yeah, I mean, just keep going. Even when you think we're not watching, we're watching, for you at least. So, because the algorithms and stuff, sometimes they play against you. But no, it'd be
yes.
cool too. Like we were just talking about the Time Force episode or Forever Red. Definitely like picking an episode, almost like the playback they do. But like from our perspective, right? What do you remember watching when you watched this episode 27 years ago? What was
Oh
going
yeah.
through your head, like versus what's going through your head now? Those would definitely be cool conversations I'd like to see on there.
Oh yeah. I think that's a great thing. Like some of the conversations that I have in my head, I think I posted recently, but in general, like watching Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, I have so many questions, especially Terra Venture, that I'm like, that is not realistic. Like we all saw Did you see the third Star Trek, right?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Huge
where they
Trekkie.
had like that big, like the city was like upside down. This just, you know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. But I think one of the questions I have is, I don't think, because normally in space, if you are in space, I'm thinking like Guardians of the Galaxy. You've seen Guardians of the Galaxy, just making sure I'm not spoiling it. You freeze in space, right?
Right.
So there's so many times in Power Rangers Lost Galaxy that they don't have a thing to like save their
Yeah.
ace or
Or
to get
even
them
their
to
even their suit. Yeah.
yeah. So you know what I'm talking about, right?
Their helmet is definitely not sealed off enough too either. Like the air would, or the space temperatures would definitely get in. If they can pop their helmets off that easy, I don't think they would make it. But yes, watching that
That
back as
is
a now.
that is a good one. I didn't even think of that. Like they're like where, because we know it's like just a thin material, right? Like
Yeah, it's like
yeah,
a what do you call those things? The sweaters. Oh my gosh.
turtlenecks.
Turtleneck. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
a turtleneck and the helmet goes over it. So
yeah,
there would be a
that's a
little
good
bit
one.
of space.
Yeah. So yeah, there's so many, like I definitely love the idea, especially during different episodes. What I'm doing is anytime when we are having the tribute songs is to talk and discuss about that, like
Sure.
that person, or if it's the Disney era. Um, but that would be a great thing to do is per episode is talking about, like, especially having another person in the chat, is just to talk about an episode and see how we feel about it, especially as adult, like,
Right.
so I definitely love having someone on here rather than just talking to myself. It does not, it gets a little dead when you're just talking to yourself, honestly. So well, Gabe, would you ever want to come back on here and have another live chat?
Of course. I'd be honored. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. And I appreciate you being tribute. It seems like um this is working really well. I will see how the playback quality is once I download this. And we'll see what happens. But we are on day 12 of me making sure that Rangers Live Chat has a heartbeat. So
Awesome.
again, thank you so much, Gabe, for joining
Thank
me here
you.
on Rangers Live Chat. And for the people that are listening, should I just post this? Because normally, for anybody that wants to know, because I know we had before we end this, live chats on Facebook. Live chats or live streaming on Facebook gets removed after 30 days. So
Oh,
our previous interviews, if you want to see them, they're all, luckily enough, still on YouTube. Yeah, I was happy about that. But all the other live interviews that we did, just on Facebook are no longer on there. So any that we have done at cons, things like that, are no longer on Facebook. But I think I'm just gonna post this and see what happens. It doesn't hurt just to show up on the feed. But I will download this and create some reels about it. So thank
Cool.
goodness for technology, because I don't I don't have a VA assistant, and technology saves me from it makes my life easier making these reels on a day-to-day basis. So
Fair enough.
but again, Gabe, thank you so much for
Of
joining here
course.
on Rangers Live Chat, and I hope you will join me on another Rangers Chat. And it sounds like you have been a fan of Rangers Live Chat since we first launched, so I thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So I will talk to you soon. Actually, can you do me a favor, Gabe, before I end this? Normally, this is where the awkward silence is when we do end a live chat, is when I end the stream or have someone on here, is that they jump ship before the live stream. So I'm just going to have you stay on here and
Sure.
see what happens, because that's a question I have for the day before, just from experience from having people
Yeah.
on these live chats. So let's just see what happens. Other than that, everybody have a good night. Gabe, stay on here, because that's something that I remember saying is don't disappear yet. So everybody have a good night.